next speaker, who I'm sure that most of you already know, especially if you're business owners. She's the founder of Women's Expo Switzerland, and for the last 4 years, her mission is to connect women in business with women who are looking for new products, for new services out there. The Women's Expo is a dynamic platform that connects, supports, and collaborates with women all over Switzerland. Designed by a woman who knows that this kind of community is important and life-defining. Lisa Chuma is also someone who helps female entrepreneurs discover and recognize their own personal brand story so they can differentiate themselves in their industry from others, and they can stand out, become visible to others. She has a unique ability to help people find the remarkable in their story and uncover strategies that will make an impact. Tonight, she will share with us why everything starts and ends with our story. Please welcome Lisa at the stage. You've been giving for a long time a platform where women can show up for themselves with their businesses and brands. Why are you here tonight?
I love women.
Yes, you do. She will tell you her story, but yeah, she grew up basically among women, and she knows a lot about how well they can cope with every kind of issue. So please, the stage is all yours.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, how many of you have heard or read my story? Okay, so I can talk about it. I'm just trying to gauge which way to go. So, imagine you have dinner organized for tomorrow. Tomorrow is Saturday, so you've got dinner arranged. Today's Friday, so you've got, your meet stuff going on, you're expecting 12 guests, and everything is done, set up. And then we fast forward, and then it's tomorrow. Your dinner starts at 6 o'clock, and it's 5:30, it's 5:45, and it's 6 o'clock, and nobody's there. And these are Swiss people, right? And it's 6 o'clock, and it starts at 6, so there's nobody at the door. Then you realize you didn't send out the invitations. So nobody knows that you're hosting dinner. That's why nobody's there. Very interesting, I'm sure. But that's what a lot of us as women do. We've got so much experience, expertise, knowledge, but you keep it to yourself. You keep it to yourself, but you wonder why you didn't get the promotion, why you didn't get the opportunity, why you didn't get the invite. But how is that person supposed to know? If you don't talk about it, if you don't share it. So I'm here today to inspire you all to say, you know what? If you're not going to market yourself, if you're not going to sell yourself, nobody's going to do it for you. Unfortunately. There are times where you have to stand up for yourself. There are times where you have to fight for yourself. There are times where you have to put yourself forward. I'm not saying all the time, but there are times where you have to remember you. It's you first, and then everything else. And it's not so easy as women, because you've got the moms, the kids, the husbands, the in-laws. If you're African, the in-laws have got very high priority. So by the time you think about yourself, you're tired, you want to go to bed, but there are times where as women in the world that we're living in, where you have to put yourself forward. You have to be grabbing those opportunities, and you have to be standing up for yourself. We all teach that to our kids, I'm sure. Oh, this guy was doing this to me during break. Like, no, you need to, deal with it, do something. I tell my kids that because I'm like, I'm not going to come and break time and tell them, hey, stop it. You're going to have to do it. But it's exactly what we as parents sometimes are not doing. So this is what I would want to inspire you to do. I shared my story years ago, 5 years ago, 6 years ago, when I came to Switzerland and I started the Women's Expo. And I was just telling CNN about it in the afternoon. I shared my story because I was thinking, you know what? I didn't want anybody to come to the Women's Expo and be shocked that it was a Black African woman who organized it. So I just thought, you know what? I'm gonna lay my cards out. I'm from Africa, this is my background, this is where I'm from, so that when they come because they want to come and not be disappointed. They come because they know who I am and they want to connect with me. So that was my thinking, right? I'll be out there, everybody just knows about my story. They like me or they hate me. But I didn't realize the impact it was going to create. I just thought, you know what? Hey man, no, it's a Black woman. You're not going to be like, oh, what do we do? You knew who it was. But with that, I realized there was so much in it. There was so much that people could really relate to. There was so much that people could really, they felt they were a part of who I am and who the exhibition was. Because I had allowed myself for them to be a part of me. I'm a very strong community person. I'm always talking about, it's not collaboration, it's community. It's not collaboration, it's community. I'm one of those people. This is why I dress like this, because somehow I'm always like, color, different, design, ho, loud. Because I'm always thinking about different people, different perspectives, different experiences. And that's just who I am. So community is very important to me. Collaboration is very important to me. Because I think we all have something to give. We all have something to give. Whatever it is, trust me, it might come easy to you, but it's not easy for everyone. It might seem very, very silly, but someone somewhere cannot do it. But when we start connecting all those little dots together, the impact is greater. It's unfortunate, maybe I've got bad news again, why women are not really making an impact. To be quite honest, I don't think we're working together enough. I don't think so. There are times where we're not working together enough, we're not being grown-ups as women. We're being very petty. Oh, and then she did this, and then she did that. But nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. But it's not about what's not perfect, it's about what is she good at. Okay, fine. If she's not good with time, don't allow her to look after the time. But if she's good at cooking, tell her to cook, right? Then you've got no problems. So it's understanding that we all have different unique gifts, skills, and expertise that can help us to become better women, that can help us make an impact in our communities, in our lives, in our daughters, of not being able to let go of what we're not good at and really embrace what we're good at. Maybe it comes from our education. We come very much from oh, you got a D. Okay, we need to work on that. We need to work on that. But we're not realizing that same person has got an A in something. So maybe we need to keep igniting that A and appreciating that, because that is a gift, that is where it's going to come from. Yes, this part needs to be worked on, but we should not be focusing on what we're not good at, but we should be focusing on what we're very good at. And when we know what we're very good at, we need to be able to communicate it. We need, as women, to be able to market ourselves. We need to be able to promote ourselves. We need to be able to put ourselves forward. It's scary. I know, maybe it's all full of men and you have to, but sometimes we have to be making those steps in society, in business, in career, anything that we want to go for. It's unfortunate. You might not be remembered because there are times when it's one man for himself, God for us all. And I really, really want to inspire you tonight that you need to start embracing who you are, know what you're very good at, and if somebody says, we're looking for somebody who's good at this, proudly say, yes, me, That's my areas of expertise. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. All you're saying is you know who you are, you're proud of who you are, and you're gonna do it better than anybody else. Maybe there's somebody else, but as far as you're concerned, you're the best. Right? Because I think we're missing that in society. We're missing that in our lives, in our businesses, in our careers, where we keep hoping that somebody will give us the seat. Right? Oh, you can come and sit here. You want to be a board member? Oh, you can come. Like, really? You have to fight for it. You have to put yourself forward. You have to say, I want it. You have to say, I can. You have to say, I will. You've got to show the drive. Sometimes you have to go out there and you have to take it. You have to get it. It's not going to be easy. It's not coming, ladies. It's not coming if we don't go out there and get it. You've got a voice. By the end of tonight, you will have a voice, I hope. And you need to start using it. You need to start using it. If you want something, you ask. You ask. I mean, I have asked for very, very crazy things, and you know what? I've got them. At times I'm like, did they say yes? Oh, wow. Yeah, they did. You know? But it's really knowing that if I'm not going to ask, then I'm not going to get. But what's the worst that can happen? What's the worst that can happen? You stay in the situation that you're in. And then you see other people just listen, woo, you know, oh wow, they're good. No, they're not. They're most probably just facing it, fighting for it, going and doing what they've got to do. And we all got to do what we've got to do. It's in anything. If you want it, you have to go get it. Oprah Winfrey says, you only get in life what you have the courage to ask for. That's it. You only get in life what you have the courage to ask for. So I don't know what you want to ask. I don't know what you want to get. I don't know where you want to be. But I'm hoping from tonight you will be able to stand up and go for it. Just go for it. There's nothing like failure. It's an experience. The more no's you can get very quickly, the sooner you get to a yes, right? No. And then eventually you get to a yes very quickly. It's a journey, and you have to allow yourself to know that it's a journey. But who you are, I know there's a quote that says who you are is not just determined by what other people think of you. If you're good at something, you're good at something. Whether somebody thinks you're not or not, well, hey, I know I'm good, all right? And that's what matters. This is what makes us unique. Being able to stand up for ourselves and know ourselves. Because nobody's going to know you better than you know yourself. Nobody's going to sell you better than you sell yourself. I always talk about brand stories and people think, oh, I'm like, you know yourself better. Someone can present you and whatever, make you look beautiful, but when it comes to talking, when it comes to something you're passionate about, you are your best salesperson. Never think otherwise. It's not about being a public speaker or whatever. If you do it in a subtle way, you do it in a subtle way. But as long as you can do it, then we're making traction. We're in the right direction. So whatever you do, ladies, from tonight, you have to realize that nobody's going to fight for you. Sometimes you need to put yourself forward.